Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So guys, this session is going to be a very informative session for you, as in this session I'll be giving you 5 super tricks for your descriptive English part. So guys, I hope your preparations are on track, and if you have not yet started preparing for descriptive English, I think it is high time you started doing it. So having said that, I'll start with the session, and in this session I'll give you a brief overview of the first of all the basic syllabus of your exam, and then I'll give you a brief overview of the key tricks that you can use in the next couple of months to ace your descriptive English exam. So let's jump into the session, but before we go any further, don't forget to like the session and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're here for the first time. So let's begin with the session, guys. First of all, let me tell you the syllabus of the exam. Now, this particular paper, which is designated to descriptive English, now it holds 100 marks in your phase 2 exam, and I hope you know how important your score in phase 2 is, because it finally adds up to your selection in your final score, right? So the weightage is equivalent to your FM and ESI paper, which is one third of the complete 300 marks. So 100 marks for descriptive English, and the time is 90 minutes. So you will be given 90 minutes and you will be asked 3 questions to write in 90 minutes, and the weightage is 100 marks. Now the breakup of those 100 marks is 30 marks for essay writing, 30 marks for your précis writing, and 40 marks for your reading comprehension based answers. So that is the brief overview of the syllabus of the exam. Now let me tell you 5 super important tricks to ace descriptive English part. Now first of all, guys, before we begin, we need to understand, we need to have good knowledge of the topics that that are potentially important for this exam. So what I feel is, guys, the number one trick is to be jack of all trades. What I mean here is, I don't mean it in the mean it in the literal sense of the word, but what I mean by being jack of all trades is to you should know something about everything. So the first trick that I have for you is, the topic asked generally range from finance, rural sector, socio-economic to current affairs based topics in your exam, right? So it requires one to have some idea on these topics, as well as a few writing tricks up your sleeve to write a good essay. So guys, essay is the most challenging part for most of the aspirants, because of the uh, you know because of the element of surprise. You don't know which topics you are going to get there, right? So to be actually prepared, to be organically prepared for essay writing, you need to first of all improve your knowledge base. So what I suggest to you is, know something about everything. The topics that are usually asked require some thinking on your part, but it also requires you to know something, at least good knowledge base, to to understand and to command the topics that are frequently asked in the exam. So I've in the previous video I discussed, there are different verticals to cover, ranging from economic to social issues, financial topics, current affairs based topics, science and technology, education, healthcare based topics, and some topics based on your management as well. So if you start covering these verticals, you first of all need to dive into the the base knowledge about these topics. So that is my first trick to you: read more about everything that you don't know. So guys, the more you read, the more you get to know about different things in life, around things, or let's say events that are happening around you, the better prepared you will be in the exam to draft your answers. So at least have a good knowledge base about the topics that are asked in the exam. For if you have a base only, then you can construct an apartment. Obviously the foundation of your essay or your answers would be the knowledge that you have with you when you walk into the exam room. So what is the takeaway from this key point is, collect facts, data, statistics, reports, schemes pertaining to finance and management and economic and social issue topics, and burning topics in the news. For example, electoral bonds. It's a very important topic, or you can say potential topic for this year. Why not? So you should know about the topic, right? What the topic entails, how it started, what are the details, what are the stats, what is what has been conveyed by a particular agency, right? So once you know the background of the topic, it becomes easier for you to draft your essay out there. So first trick is to know something about everything. So start reading up about topics, use different sources, use editorials, use the fodder material that we have given you in the course. So start going through that. Without that, you'll not be able to draft your essays out there. Obviously, guys, let me give you a scenario. Okay, what if I give you what if I ask you to write a 600-word essay on forex reserves of India right now? So just ask yourself, are you prepared for it? And please answer me in the chat box of this video. Are you prepared for this topic right now? Yes, simply yes or no. Would you be able to do justice to your let's say if you were sitting in the exam today, would you be able to write a 600 word essay on forex reserves of India? If the answer is no, and I think potentially it is, right? But if the answer is no, that means you need to start preparing for such topics, right? So unless you know background of the topic, you'll not be able to execute the topic out there. So get to know as many topics, get to learn as much as you can, so that it becomes easier for you to draft your answers. And while you are reading, while you are going through some content, make sure that you take out facts, data, statistics, reports and schemes about that particular issue, about that particular topic, so that you can use it in your exam. So number one topic, read up. Second trick, guys, what are the key focus areas when you are drafting your answers in descriptive English? Now, first point is to have clarity and conciseness in your answers. So ensure your answers are clear and concise. Avoid unnecessary jargon or overly complex language that might obscure your meaning. Aim for straightforward explanation, guys. They're not looking for Shakespeare's out there. Please understand this. They're not looking for somebody who is an expert in English language, very verbose in English language. No, what they're looking for is plain simple English language, but without any errors. So your answers have to be concise and they need to be clear. So aim for straightforward explanations that are easy to understand. Don't overdo something, don't complicate anything in your language. Second, to have good detail and depth in your answers. Provide sufficient detail and depth in your descriptions to fully answer the question. Use specific examples, evidence or illustrations to support your points and enhance understanding. As I was telling you earlier, keep on collecting facts and data. These backup thesis will help you to score well in your exam. Number three, to structure and organize your answers. Your structure and organization of your answers is very important. You can't write bullet points in an essay, you can't write précis in different paragraphs. So having a good structure and good organization skills, it's very important to draft your good answers there. So organize your answers in a logical and coherent manner. Use headings, subheadings or paragraphs to structure your structure your response effectively, making it easier for the reader to follow your train of thought. So that is very important. How do you structure your answers and have a proper structural let's say accuracy when you're drafting your answers. And last point is accuracy and precision. So accuracy and precision are again two very important key areas. Now guys, ensure that your descriptions are accurate and precise. Double check any information or data you include to avoid errors. Precision in language, it helps to convey your ideas more effectively, and your answers will look absolutely coherent when you will finally you'll wrap up your answers. So make sure that you do not write any vague statements or any biased statements in your answers. It should be backed up by thesis, it should be backed up by supporting examples. So make sure that you focus on these key focus areas when you're drafting your answers. Number three, the third super trick is getting used to the interface of the exam. So guys, I'm sure if you're preparing for the first time, you don't know what the interface of the exam looks like. So I'll show you. So guys, this is what the interface of the exam looks like. What are the challenges? I'll tell you. So guys, you will be given instructions on the top, and below the question there will be a dialog box. So guys, this dialog box is the most challenging part of the exam. Getting used to writing in a dialog box, because guys, the limit of this dialog box is not limited to this area. When you're typing, the answers keep on going towards the right, and similarly when you've written a couple of lines, they also keep on start moving towards the bottom. So if you have to read something that if you want to recheck something that you wrote earlier, you would be required to use these scrolling bars, and scrolling is very, very challenging. It takes a lot of time. Let's say if you want to proofread your answer, and if you want to let's say fix something in between the sentence, so if you try to click here, your cursor will not appear here. Your cursor will appear to the far right extreme of the line, and from there you will have to keep keep it pressed, the arrow, the arrow key, you have to keep the arrow key pressed to bring it back to the area point you want to rectify. That takes a lot of time. So again, another thing that you need to get used to is proofreading while you are writing your statement. So you have to read while you are writing, and for that you need to get it, you need to get used to the interface. So that is why I'm saying getting used to the interface is very, very important. This dialog box, right? You see, you will not be given a Word document like in your computer to write your answers. It will be a dialog box, and getting used to this dialog box is very, very crucial. Now there will be a timer on the top which will tell you how much time has elapsed in the exam, and there will be a word counter on the bottom right of the screen which will tell you how many words you have already written in the dialog box. So you don't need to count the words, you don't need to actually keep track of your of the time. It will be visible to you on the screen, both the things. But what you need to get used to is the dialog box. So guys, you don't get dialog box in your day-to-day type of practicing. So what you can do for this is you can either you can either use not a Word document but Notepad, right? Microsoft Notepad, you can reshape it in a dialog box, resize it, and then you can practice it there. Or there are a couple of websites like www.wordcounter.com. So I'll repeat it again, www.wordcounter.com. These websites, they have a similar interface to your exam. So when you're practicing on your own, you can use these websites, right? Or you can also use Grammarly as well, right? But for simulation of the exam, I would definitely suggest that you take full length test, 90-minute test, performing under pressure, which we have provided you. So this is the interface we have provided you in our courses. So here you will be, you will be writing your answers on the actual interface of the exam, right? And you will be simulating the actual interface when you are writing your full length test in our courses. So that is a, that is a very essential benefit that we are providing you in our courses. So another reason to join our courses, by the way. So get used to the interface. Coming back to the point, now getting used to the interface of the exam and using the same while practicing on your own, this is very important, guys. Now how does it help you? First of all, it will help you to get familiar with the interface. The more you practice, the better you get. So becoming accustomed to the interface helps reduce stress and anxiety on the exam day. When you are already comfortable with navigating the interface, you can focus your energy and attention on answering questions rather than figuring out how to use the platform. So unless you simulate that, it will be really challenging. Second is the efficiency part. Knowing how to efficiently navigate the interface can save you valuable time during the exam. It will be very helpful that way, and you won't waste precious minutes trying to locate tools or features. Third, simulation of the conditions. So exactly, that's what I was talking about. Practicing on the exam interface simulates the actual testing conditions, providing a more accurate representation of what to expect on test day. This helps in adjusting your strategy and pacing accordingly. So simulation will help you with your timeline, with your efficiency, and it will also reduce your anxiety. And last, it will minimize your errors. Familiarity with the interface reduces the likelihood of making mistakes due to misunderstanding or misusing the tools. So this can help improve the accuracy of your of your responses. So another point is, make sure that you practice your answers on the interface of the exam, in the dialog box, not on your Word document, because it will be counterproductive for you, right? So that was the third super trick. Fourth is, guys, you should know what is your evaluation criteria. On what basis will you be evaluated? So your answers will be evaluated based on the following. Number one, your knowledge of the content. How deep knowledge you have about the topic, that will definitely be the backbone of your answer. But beyond that, how relevant your answer is, how clear and coherent your presentation skills are, depth of analysis, how deeply you go into the analysis and how aptly you analyze the situation, use of evidence, that means stats, data, statistics, reports, that is very important. Language and style, the way you present your language and the way you present your thesis, right, in what in what format, it is going to play a very crucial role. Now originality and creativity, again very important component of your exam. Now organization of and structure of your answers, I've told you earlier as well how to organize and how to structure your answers, right? So you can also watch all this in the content videos that we have given you in the courses. So your answers will be evaluated on these 8 key points: content, knowledge, relevance, clarity and coherence, depth of analysis, then use of evidence, language and style, originality and creativity, and organization and structure. So you need to keep these these things in mind when you are practicing on your own. When you are drafting your answers, make sure that every point is ticked, everything is in place, that your answers are relevant, coherent, to the point, backed up by thesis. Your knowledge should be in depth, your analysis should be, very well drafted. Then you need to use good language, originality and creativity should be there in your answers for prescient reading comprehension. And then organization and structure should definitely be there. So you should know that these are the points that your answers will be evaluated on. So you need to keep working to improve these points in your answers. And last trick for today is, guys, what are the don'ts. So I've told you what are the do's up till now, but let me tell you the don'ts. Now in your Pressy writing and in your reading comprehension answers, now you have to remember two things. You cannot copy and paste text from the passage. Now it's a strict no, and you will be, your answers will be caught if you are, if you're copying the sentences as they are. So replicating sentences from the passage in your Pressy and in your reading comprehension is strict no. That is what they want to see, your originality and your creativity in your answers. So if you copy and paste sentences, obviously it will lead to 0 marks. Another thing that you need to remember is to add or to use any information or assumption or opinion that is not given in the passage. So if you add anything from beyond the premises of the passage, it is going to be counterproductive at the end of the day. So whatever you write there has to be based on the information that is, provided in the passage only. For Pressy writing and for reading comprehension I'm talking about. So your answers for your Pressy and for your reading comprehension should be based on the information of the passage, but there should not be anything beyond the passage. You can infer anything. See guys, inference is absolutely correct. If they have mentioned that the government has allocated, let's say 5,000 crore rupees for the rural economy. Now you can infer that the government intends to provide monetary support to the rural sector. That is inference, right? But saying this, and by saying this, by adding some more information that this government has always looked after the poor people. The government has, the government has soft corner for the poverty stricken people. And for the same, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has, has done this or done that. That is, if it is not mentioned in the passage, this cannot be added in your answers. So guys, inference is absolutely correct, but in adding or let's say using any opinion, any personal opinion, any assumption or any information that is not mentioned in the passage would be, again, it will lead to deduction of marks. So keep your answers restricted to the premises of the passage. So guys, these were the 5 points that I wanted to discuss with you. What are the key component areas? Know more about the topics, getting used to the interface. Then when you're drafting your answers, what criteria would your answers be evaluated on, and what are the don'ts that you need to remember while you are practicing or drafting your answers. So I hope these 5 tricks will definitely help you to score better in your descriptive English answers, and it will give you a an edge over others to be able to draft better answers. So start focusing on these things, start learning new verticals, new topics, and start practicing in the interface, get used to the simulation of the exam. Make sure that you remove any errors, grammatical errors, any punctuation errors, any spelling errors that you might make, and make sure that you do not have, you do not basically write loose answers, or let's say you do not write informal language. So make sure you get used to that, and this is the right time to start doing all this, guys. So last session I gave you 50 topics to prepare for. Now in this session I'm giving you 5 tricks to start preparing, to start learning how to draft your answers. And I'll keep on coming up with more such sessions, guys, in the future, so that I'll be able to help you in your drafting skills. So that was it for this session. So guys, do let me know your inputs, your feedback about the session in the comment section of the video. And if you've not liked the session, don't hesitate to do so. So guys, thank you so much for your patience and for your receptiveness. If you have any further doubts regarding anything, you can always call us on this number, that is 8146207241, during the office hours. And guys, if you want to join us in our courses, where I told you we have provided you all the component videos, all the PDFs, fodder materials, previous year questions, sample essays, sample Pressy, sample reading comprehension passages, then practice test for your for your self practice practice. Then there are full length tests to practice in the simulation of the exam with the exam interface. So all that is provided to you in the courses. Come join us and get benefited from our courses. And there's a special discount going on. Go check out the link which is given in the description of the video. It will definitely help you out at the end of the day. And if you have any doubts regarding our courses, you can always drop us your queries on this email address, that is hello@edutab.co.in. And this is our website if you want to check out our courses, that is www.edutab.co.in. So guys, having said that, I'll take your leave for today. I'll see you again very soon with more such informative sessions, and I hope these sessions are helping you in your let's say progression of your preparation, and they're definitely helping you in the journey ahead. So thank you so much for sparing your time with us, for putting your faith in us, and we would definitely love to help you in this journey ahead. We would love to handhold you in the in the journey that you are going to, in the endeavors you are going to undertake in the future. So keeping that in mind, come join us and get benefited from the courses that we have launched for you. And we provide you all the necessary tools, all the necessary key PDFs, fodder material to study, and all the concept classes that you need to prepare for this exam from day one to the day of your selection. So come join us and get benefited from all the courses that we've launched for you. And we are providing you a cutting edge material, cutting edge platform, an ecosystem which helps you to get to your final score, to get to basically to become an RBI Grade B officer. So all the very best for your endeavors ahead. Keep up the good work, and happy learning to all of you. I'll see you again very soon. Till then guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy learning. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good day ahead.